What's good, fam? Kendrick Lamar just shut down every single hater and left Drake looking like a backup dancer after a night that flipped the entire hip-hop world upside down. While people were still trying to claim this battle was even remotely close, February 1st, 2026 went down as the day Kendrick decided to take the entire crown home with him. The 68th annual Grammy Awards took place at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, and the mood in that building shifted the second Kendrick walked through the doors. It felt more like a private victory party for the West Coast than an actual awards ceremony, especially since Dot kept walking up to that stage to grab more hardware. He completely dominated the night by winning 5 different trophies, and that included the massive win for Best Rap Album for the GNX project that has been playing on every speaker since it dropped. One of the most viral moments happened when Cher stood on stage to announce the Record of the Year winner for the track titled Luther. She accidentally announced the winner as Luther Vandross before catching her mistake and calling out Kendrick Lamar, which basically broke the internet in less than a minute. If you look past the memes and the jokes, the real story is in the numbers that Kendrick just put on the board. He now stands as the most awarded rapper in the history of the Grammy Awards with 27 career wins to his name. This means he finally jumped over the record previously held by Jay-Z, who stayed at 24 wins for a long time. This is not just about some gold statues on a shelf, because Kendrick is rewriting the history books and putting up numbers that nobody in this industry can ignore. He also grabbed major wins for Best Rap Song for the anthem TV Off, and he shared the stage for Best Rap Performance for the song Chains and Whips with the legends Clipse and Pharrell. The victory for TV Off felt especially loud because that track is a direct shot at the industry games that people like Drake have been playing for years. Watching Kendrick get rewarded for a song that calls out the fake nature of the business was a beautiful piece of irony that the fans caught immediately. Then you have the work with Pharrell and Clipse on Chains and Whips, which stands as a massive statement considering the history between Pharrell and the OVO camp. Kendrick is aligning himself with the actual creatives and the artists who move the needle, while his competition is left scrambling to stay relevant. When it came time for his acceptance speech, he showed the world why he is in a completely different league of character compared to his rivals. He used his platform to honor the late Luther Vandross as one of his favorite artists, and he spoke about how soul music influenced his own craft. That level of class and respect for the legends who came before him is something that Drake simply cannot touch. While Drake is usually busy making everything about his own brand, Kendrick was acting as a student of the game and showing love to the ancestors of the sound. This night was a massacre in the best way possible, and it proved that the industry has officially crowned a new king. Just when you thought the momentum could not get any higher for the Compton legend, Kendrick went ahead and shook the world again in March of 2026. He released a cryptic short film teaser that felt more like a Hollywood movie trailer than a music announcement, and it sent the entire culture into a frenzy. The visuals were dark and cinematic with high concept imagery, but the real punch landed at the very end when a title card appeared that simply said, "See you soon." That was all it took for the global hype to reach a boiling point, and we now know that this was the lead up to his massive world tour. The tour is titled Interstellar Narratives, and people close to the production say it will be a cosmic-themed audio-visual spectacle that pushes the limits of live performance. We are talking about an immersive experience that matches the complexity of his lyrics, and the venues he is booking show that he is playing for the biggest stakes. The planned stops for the 2026 leg include legendary spots like Madison Square Garden in New York City and the O2 Arena in London, which means he is taking this victory lap around the entire planet. Taking the show to the O2 Arena in London proves that his message is global and his impact cannot be contained to one region. While other rappers might be struggling to sell out domestic dates, Kendrick is commanding international attention and proving that his artistry translates across every border. There is also plenty of talk about a massive homecoming situation that could be coming next. Kendrick is currently deciding between the Hollywood Bowl and the Crypto.com Arena for a massive homecoming show that solidifies his total takeover of the music industry. This tour announcement serves as the ultimate power move to mute every Drake fan who tried to act like this battle was a draw. While a certain someone seems terrified to leave the house lately, Dot is out here actually touching the stage and exposing his face to the public. Shadows are no place for a king, and Kendrick is about to verify why he is the only artist capable of packing these rooms with real energy. The Interstellar Narratives Tour is a major statement that Kendrick Lamar is navigating a completely different universe than anyone else in hip-hop right now. That teaser video functioned as a direct warning that the king is coming for his crown in the flesh. By the time these shows wrap up, the debate over who won this war will be dead for good. Kendrick is currently collecting his flowers and building a throne out of Grammy trophies, while the situation over at the OVO camp looks more like a silent retreat. Seeing the contrast between a man ready to take on the world and one who seems to be running from his own shadow is wild. Dot is currently busy planning his Interstellar Narratives World Tour, while Drake moves in a silence that feels more like a retreat than a power play. This looks like a retreat into the shadows because the pressure has finally become too much for him to handle. A major indicator of this downward spiral happened in July of 2025 when Drake officially canceled his Anita Max Win tour dates in Australia and New Zealand. Fans in that part of the world had been waiting through multiple delays, so the final cancellation looked like a massive white flag waved in front of the entire industry. It is impossible to claim you are the biggest artist in the world when you are canceling entire legs of a tour without a solid reason. His team might have been worried about low ticket sales, or perhaps Drake feared being on a stage where crowds would chant Kendrick lyrics. We have all seen the clips of audiences turning on him lately, and he will likely stay home to avoid another viral moment where he looks like a loser. Industry insiders report that he is currently hiding in the studio to work on his 9th studio album, which is reportedly titled ICEMAN. While this sounds like a typical Drake rebrand on the surface, the streets are already calling the move a massive cope. The title ICEMAN feels like a reaction to the Kendrick feud, and he is trying to convince everyone he is cold when the West Coast heat burned him. This is a desperate attempt to create a new persona because the old Drake was dismantled piece by piece during that summer of beef. There is a real kicker that shows exactly how much he is ducking the competition right now. In a move the hip-hop community views as a complete duck, Drake reportedly shifted his 2026 Grammy submissions into the progressive R&B categories. This is a man who spent his entire career demanding respect as a rapper while claiming he was the best to ever do it in the booth. Now that Kendrick has proven he is the superior lyricist with the trophies to show for it, Drake is suddenly identifying as an R&B artist. It is a nasty piece of work that suggests he lacks the confidence to stand in the same category as the man who just dropped GNX. He is essentially trying to hide in a completely different room because he knows the kitchen is far too hot for him right now. He knows that staying in the rap categories would mean another clean sweep by Kendrick, and his ego simply cannot take another public loss on that level. This is a shell game where he is moving the goalposts to claim a win in a lane where Kendrick is not even competing. Even the rumors about his future moves feel like a massive step down from what Dot is currently doing. There is a potential rumor about a 2026 FIFA World Cup performance, but it feels like a desperate pivot after he lost the Super Bowl stage to Kendrick. While Kendrick performs for the biggest audience in America at the Super Bowl, Drake is looking for global events where the Kendrick stimulus might not be as loud. The contrast could not be any clearer for the fans who are actually paying attention to the details. Kendrick Lamar is winning on pure merit and high-level artistry, along with a connection to the culture that cannot be faked. Meanwhile, Drake is playing games with category submissions and canceling shows while hiding behind a new ICEMAN persona that nobody is really buying. One man is facing his legacy head-on while the other tries to rewrite history because the present is far too embarrassing to acknowledge. Before we look at how Kendrick snatched the one thing Drake actually cared about, tell me if y'all are buying this new ICEMAN persona or if the boy is just spiraling. Talk to me in the comments. No cap. Make sure you like and subscribe while you at it, and let's get into how this power structure just shifted. Taking a step back to look at the full picture makes one thing clear, and the result was absolutely devastating for everyone in that Toronto camp. We are witnessing a literal king cement his legacy right in front of us while his rival fades away like a ghost of who he used to be. Kendrick Lamar did way more than just win a rap battle because he completely shifted the entire power structure of hip-hop. By officially becoming the most awarded rapper in the history of the Grammys, Kendrick took away the one thing Drake used to brag about, which was his massive numbers and all those trophies. There is no way to argue that Drake is the more successful artist when Kendrick is sitting on 27 Grammys and the most respected album of the decade. Right now, Kendrick is getting ready for a massive global tour that serves as a celebration of hip-hop culture, and he has the full support of the industry behind him. On the other side of the fence, Drake is staying off the stage and out of sight while relying on vague rumors and switching genres just to keep a shred of his old fame. It really is a sad situation for someone who used to run this entire game with an iron fist. That "See You Soon" teaser Kendrick dropped was way more than a tour announcement. It was a final warning shot to anyone delusional enough to think Drake is making a comeback in 2026. Kendrick is letting the whole world know that he is not finished with the cleanup yet, which means that Interstellar Narratives Tour is the victory lap that puts the final nail in the coffin. This industry has officially picked a side, and that is when you could see it in the way that Crypto.com Arena reacted every single time Kendrick's name was called. Real respect is finally back where it belongs, and the gimmick era of hip-hop is officially on its last legs. Drake can try to hide in the R&B lane or call himself the Iceman all he wants, but here is the thing, the crown moved to Compton for good. We are witnessing the end of an era where being popular mattered more than having skill, and what nobody expected was how fast Kendrick would lead the charge back to excellence. You should expect the Interstellar Narratives Tour to be a historic moment that defines this entire generation of music, while Drake's future is just a series of cancellations and question marks. This war is over, and the better man is the one standing on the stage while the other stays hiding in the studio trying to figure out how it all went wrong. Before we move on and see how Drake tries to spin his next move, tell me what y'all think. Did Drake really duck Kendrick by switching his Grammy categories to R&B, or is he just trying to find a lane where he can actually win? Tell me in the comments, no cap. While you are at it, like and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of the smoke. Let's continue to watch how this plays out because Kendrick is just getting started.